Hello, my name is Aaron Newman, and I am here today both as a service member and a change maker. This presentation outlines a comprehensive solution to the U.S. Army pilot shortage by addressing both internal and external root causes. It focuses on data-driven retention, improved training throughput, and partnerships to balance readiness and stability. Key conclusions in this proposal are that the most effective and sustainable solutions are a combined strategy of financial incentives, quality of life improvements, and civilian partnership programs. This strategy is not just about keeping pilots longer, it is about strengthening readiness and improving morale across the U.S. Army. The U.S. Army can reduce attrition through targeted retention bonuses for mid career and senior pilots, improve family programs, and strategic partnerships with the FAA that can provide a direct career path into the airlines. There are multiple root causes for the U.S. Army pilot shortage, such as burnout faced by pilots, stress on families, and civilian competition. This approach will create readiness and retention stability across Army aviation. The return on investment for this approach is 3 to 5 years. Problem overview. The U.S. Army pilot shortage is a threat to all U.S. Army aviation personnel, including their families. This problem is mainly caused by the burnout pilot's experience and the appeal of opportunities outside the military, which offers significantly higher pay and more stability. Outside of financial factors, the shortage is exacerbated by long deployments, high operational tempo, and limited career flexibility. All of these contribute to dissatisfaction and attrition. As pilots leave at rates exceeding new recruitment and training, units face readiness issues, heavier workloads, and increased strain on those who stay in service. The shortage represents not only a manning challenge, but also a risk to morale, retention, and the U.S. Army's ability to meet future mission requirements. This attrition trend threatens operational readiness and costs the U.S. Army millions each year to replace them, along with follow-on training expenses. Burnout, deployment rotations, family stress, and civilian airline competition are the main factors driving this problem. The root cause analysis. The U.S. Army pilot shortage root cause is that there are other opportunities outside of the military. The commercial aviation industry offers significantly more pay, career control, and stability, which is attractive to military pilots. Requirements set forth by the FAA have also helped create a civilian pilot shortage, leading to some airlines creating programs, such as the Rotary to Airline program, which is geared towards military helicopter pilots transitioning into the commercial aviation industry. The change management strategy to this will be a hybrid approach due to the pilot shortage being an organizational problem and a personal decision-making problem. A hybrid approach of Cotter's model and the ADKAR model ensures that policies created are also embraced by pilots and families. At the center of all organizational change is individual change. If the U.S. Army can create policies that drive change while also making the lives of soldiers and families better, individuals can help to reinforce the organizational change at the individual level. Proposed solution and implementation plan. Proposed solution, retention bonuses will focus on mid-career and senior pilots due to job experience. Quality of life enhancements for soldiers and families, such as housing, healthcare, and deployment predictability. FAA partnership, which will allow for streamlined civilian certification. To implement this plan, it will be rolled out slowly, starting with 300 pilots initially to evaluate the effectiveness of the new changes. The U.S. Army Aviation Command, the U.S. Army Human Resources Command, HRC, and the FAA will be needed to make this implementation successful. The initial budget increase of $30 million will be needed for pilot retention bonuses, improvements to programs, and partnership exploration with the FAA. There are two tables here for a cost-benefit analysis. In the left figure, retention bonuses are the most expensive aspect of rollout for this proposal. but the benefits significantly outweigh the costs by approximately 150 million, benefiting the U.S. Army at an estimated value of 300 million. This is realistic because of how much it costs to create one pilot, as well as any additional training and skills they may hold. The table on the right shows the benefit the U.S. Army would have in this proposal, with attrition reduction being the biggest selling point, which is a huge cost savings for the U.S. Army when you factor into how much it takes to create a pilot and how much training and additional time they need to stay current. Evaluation metrics. Success of this proposal will be measured using several different data points. For quantitative data, numbers related to attrition, retention bonuses, and return on investment tracking will provide valuable insight into the effectiveness of the proposal's goals. Qualitative data will consist of satisfaction surveys from both soldiers and families, as well as family program engagement. In conclusion, this is a call to action. This proposal highlights the struggles Army aviators face, as well as their families. The civilian aviation industry offers things that the U.S. Army is unable to provide as of right now, such as great pay and quality of life. However, by adopting and implementing this proposal, the U.S. Army can create an environment that is appealing to both single soldiers as well as soldiers with families. Approving budget increases will open the gates to maintaining highly qualified pilots who are mid to late career, paying them for their knowledge and expertise. Implementing the proposed changes also offers a helping hand to families of soldiers. By improving available resources to families, as well as a greater deployment predictability, attrition related to family stress will be greatly reduced. U.S. Army pilot retention is readiness, and readiness is good for national security. Thank you for this presentation and your time. Here are my references.